All right. I feel very sleepy just now, although it's still in the morning. I couldn't get much sleep last night. A time like this, I always drink a cup of coffee. It makes me so fresh. Drinking too much is not good for my health, but moderate drinking is effective. All right. So let's see. I feel very sleepy just now, although it's still in the morning. So, um, like this person put, although is normally at the front, um, I think you can use it in the middle of a sentence. It's just let me try and think of some examples. Um, yeah, well, this would work. It just sounds a little bit unnatural in this case. So I feel very sleepy just now, although it's still in the morning. Um, so let's go ahead and fix this part right here. So I would say instead of just now, right now. So right now is current tense. It's what's happening at the moment, right? Just now is more of a past tense type of thing. You would say that like I got home from work just now. That means that just a second ago or just a minute ago, you arrived home from work, right? I got home from work just a minute or just now. So that's it's normally it's kind of a past tense, like very brief past tense thing. So you wouldn't say like I went to the store just now if you went to the store like an hour and a half ago. If the action just ended, you're gonna say just now. If it's currently happening, you're gonna say right now. So since you're currently sleeping while you wrote this, you're sleepy right now. I am very sleepy now, or I feel very sleepy right now, although it's still in the morning. So I would just cut out this in the. Sounds a little bit weird. It's still morning. So the day is still morning, right? That's what you're trying to say. So when you say in the morning, you're usually talking about a separate morning. So that's usually what you'll say the day before something, like I'm going to work in the morning. That means the next morning that comes, you're going to be going to work, right? You would say that at night, like it's 9 o'clock at night. You'd be like, oh, I have work in the morning. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Or some people might say something like in the morning after the morning, so like it's 4 p.m. or something. They say I went to work in the morning, but that's kind of unusual as well, but that does make sense. So I would change this although to even though. I think it sounds a little bit better, more natural. I feel very sleepy right now even though it's still morning. So this is also a way. This way is also good, but the reason I disagree with this is that it's changing your sentence pattern, right? So this is really the same sentence pattern because you feel very sleepy right now is the beginning of your sentence, and then even though it's still morning is the end of your sentence, just like the sentence that you wrote. So this is a way to flop that sentence, which I don't agree with as being the best way to fix this sentence, since it's really making a whole new sentence. Anyways, I feel very sleepy right now, even though it's still morning. All right. I couldn't get much sleep last night. Perfect. At a time like this, I always drink a cup of coffee. Or sorry, a time like this, I always drink a cup of coffee. It makes me so fresh. All right. So I already corrected this part. So I would put at here. So the way you get that at there is, this is kind of it's kind of like the first sentence. How we can switch it around. I feel very sleepy just now, or I feel very sleepy right now, even though it's still morning. Even though it's still morning, I feel very sleepy right now, right? You can switch that sentence up, and it makes sense. So for this sentence, you need to be able to do that. I always drink a cup of coffee. a time like this. That doesn't make sense, right? That's what you have. I always drink a cup of coffee a time like this. What do you need there? You need that preposition at. At a time like this. Whoops, excuse me. At a time like this, I always drink a cup of coffee. Alright, so that's why you need that at there. And you have the comma, good. It makes me so fresh. Okay, so fresh, when you're describing a person as fresh or yourself as fresh, that usually means the way that you're dressed and your appearance. So you would say like, oh, that person's so fresh. That means they look like they just got out of the shower, or not just got out of the shower, but they took a shower, recently. They're wearing fresh, nice clothes that are clean. They look nice. They look fresh. So I would put feel there. So it makes me feel so fresh. Because it doesn't really make you fresh, right? Fresh is it doesn't make you fresh drinking a cup of coffee. It makes you feel fresh. Or I would think that this is a little bit more natural. Or I think this is a little bit more natural. The refreshed. So it makes me feel refreshed. And then this is wrong because it makes me refreshed. It really doesn't make you refreshed. You're not refreshed. You just kind of, that's a feeling that you're feeling. Right? That sounded weird. So the refreshingness is a feeling. So that's why you need to say it makes you feel refreshed. All right? Drinking too much is not good for my health, but moderate drinking is effective. All right, so all you needed was this comma. They put it in here, but they also changed your is not to isn't. That's not necessary. That isn't. Nobody really says in American English. I rarely hear people say is not. This is not a tree. This is not a watermelon, right? Everyone says isn't 99% of the time. There are a few exceptions, but isn't is the more natural when you're talking, when you're speaking. But when writing, it's probably like a 50-50 mix. So is not will be used 50%, and isn't will be used 50%. So it's kind of a mix. So yeah, that comma there is really all that's necessary to make that sentence perfect. And that's it. I'll go ahead and leave you some notes, but I'll go ahead and end the video for you. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and hope I was able to help. See you in the next video.